In 2022, I returned to the Kalobeyei refugee settlement in northwest Kenya. A lot has changed since I first visited 5 years ago to make a short virtual reality film. Kalobeyei represents a new model of refugee assistance. It recognizes that most refugees never get the chance to return home or resettle in a new country. Rather than relegating refugees to a permanent state of limbo, Kalobeyei offers refugees the opportunity to restart their lives in a nation city with a system of credit, a basic farming infrastructure, and a marketplace. In 2017, construction workers were laying the foundation for the first permanent homes. Today, the first of 3 villages is filled with rows of brick houses. A new field of solar panels is just being installed to bring power to 2,500 homes and businesses, adding to the 500 that already have solar power. In our first film, small kitchen gardens were sprouting green crops for families to use and sell in the market. Since then, Kalobeyei has added dozens of white mesh greenhouses to protect the crops from the relentless sun. Nearby, a water pan collects rainwater that feeds an irrigation system even during the long, arid stretches. In 2017, we filmed in Kalobeyei's first primary school with only a few permanent structures and other buildings made of corrugated metal and tarp. Today, it's one of 6 primary schools in Kalobeyei, though it is still overcrowded with close to 6,000 students.
And then this crop disease mainly increases the cost of production. It increases the cost of what? Production. And then we have the science.
By far, my favorite shot of the 2017 film is of 3 women cooking lunch for the entire school in 3 giant vats. The same 3 women still work in the school kitchen, but the day we visited, there was no water, so the kitchen was closed and no lunch was served. Later, we discovered that someone had cut the pipes and diverted the water, leaving several villages without water for days. Tensions were palpable, and families walked for miles with containers to find fresh water. Although conditions are improving, there aren't enough homes to accommodate the tens of thousands of South Sudanese, Ethiopian, Somali, and other refugees fleeing armed conflict and climate change. The tents in the reception center for new arrivals are sleeping many more people than intended, and they are waiting months to find better housing in a settlement. The graveyards are also expanding, both a sign that lives are being lived in Kalobeyei and a reminder of the hardships and dangers of the settlement. Most of the graves are for children. When we stopped to film the graveyard, we had to wait until the end of a funeral for a South Sudanese child. The promise of Kalobeyei is that it can become a permanent city where refugees can build a life and find a livelihood. That dream is growing closer even as new challenges appear and scarce resources fail to accommodate the steady stream of refugees.